Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be showing you a brand new method that will allow you to win the podium car every single time you spin the lucky wheel in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's again going to be another updated 2020 method. So let's actually begin with the new method. I don't know if it has an official name, but a lot of people are calling it the 9 to 6 method. I've heard people call it the 8 to 4, the 11 to 7 method. What they're referring to is the hands on a clock, which obviously I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'll put it on the screen for you right now so you can see what I'm looking at. Essentially, what you want to do is when you spin the wheel, you're going to be taking your left joystick and you're going to be moving it in the direction from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's easier if I show like a controller on the screen and sort of the direction that you'll be moving the controller. I almost thought about like recording my controller for this, but I figured you guys would be able to understand it without that. So whatever method it's called, 8 to 4 method, 11 to 7, 9 to 6, it's all referring to the hands on the clock. And what a lot of other people have also been doing with this method is waiting a particular amount of time. Now, we'll be talking about another method that involves that a little bit later, sort of a tried and true classic way to go about doing it. But I've seen people waiting like 2.5 seconds, 4 seconds, some people waiting close to 6 seconds. I know the Lucky Wheel actually kicks you off right at about 6 seconds. So you can't wait much longer than that. But anyways, let's start with that new method, and it's going to require you to have a fresh wheel. So like all the methods we'll be talking about in this video today, it's going to be easiest if you're in an invite-only session. Now, you could do this in a public session, but the chances of you getting a fresh wheel are very slim. Now, you'll know it's a fresh wheel if you walk up to it and you see that clothing is the first option and 2 spots to the left is going to be the vehicle. That's how you'll know it's a fresh one, that no one has spun it in the lobby. So that's what you're going to be looking for. So for the 9 to 6 method, here's what you're going to do. When you walk up to the lucky wheel, you'll notice that as soon as you walk up, you'll sort of grab it, and then in the top left-hand corner, it'll say use the left analog stick to spin. Now, once you see that, that's how long you essentially want to wait. I have had the best luck with 4 seconds. Other people have had better luck with 2.5, closer to 6. So for this video, I'm going to say that 4 seconds is your best bet. So for this, you can use another monitor, you can use your phone, you could use a stopwatch, whatever is easiest to count to 4 seconds. You could do it in your head by counting 1 1,000, 2 1,000, or 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And once you hit 4 seconds on the dot or as close to it as possible, you want to spin from the direction of 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And if you do so, your character should sort of give this like half spin. It's not going to go all the way around the wheel if you've done it correctly, but it should land you right on the vehicle if you've done it correctly. And I would say that I have had more success with this method than any of the other methods that we've done in the past. And I don't know what it is about spinning the wheel in that particular direction while waiting a certain duration, but this 9 to 6 method really does work well. And on the off chance that you don't get the vehicle, you're going to land like 1 or 2 spots away. And we'll talk about how you can use that to your advantage in a little bit. But for the most part, it's going to land you on the vehicle, which means more oftentimes than not, you'll be winning it. Now, if you were to just spin this normally, your odds are obviously not all that great. As a quick reminder, the podium vehicle is 1 in 20. Same with the vehicle discount, 1 in 20, as well as the mystery, 1 in 20 chance. Clothing is 4 in 20. Chips is 4 in 20. Cash is 4 in 20. And RP is 5 in 20. So you're more likely than not, if you don't use any of these methods, going to get RP, the worst of the bunch here. But that is the 9 to 6 method. Again, I don't know where that name originally came from or who came up with it. It's either 11 to 7, 8 to 4. You're basically just following like a left-hand turn on the face of a clock, if that kind of makes sense. But that's the new method right there. Now, just because that's a new method, it doesn't mean that the older methods that we've tried are obsolete. Rockstar, really the only thing they've done to sort of patch the Lucky Wheel is they've made it so that you can't spin it in the same day twice, with a secondary character. So as you guys know in Grand Theft Auto Online, you can have 2 characters, and once you spin it once per day, per 24 hours on that one character, you can't go to your secondary character and spin it. I think they ended up cutting that out during the Diamond Casino heist. It's been like that for a couple of months, I know for sure. So that's really the only thing that Rockstar has done. So our older methods still work. And one method that works really well is the 4-second spin. And it's going to be very similar to our 9 to 6 method. However, I noticed that you didn't have to like spin the thumbstick in any direction. The hardest part with this is just simply getting the timing down. Spinning the wheel exactly 4 seconds, or as close to exact at 4 seconds, after you see that icon appear in the top left-hand corner. And this is actually the first method that I tried back when the Lucky Wheel first came out in the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC back in July 2019. And it has also been very, very effective. The hardest part with this is by far the timing, because just like the 9 to 6 method, you're not really going to do a full spin. Your character's going to do this sort of like half spin where you sort of perfectly land on the vehicle itself. So that method is still alive and well. It still is working. Rockstar have not patched that out. Although I do think it's a little bit harder to get the timing down than the 9 to 6. So you guys can decide which one is easiest for you and which one is best for you. I know this is super easy to do with the controller. So PS4 guys, Xbox guys, you should have no problem with this. I play PC with an Xbox 360 controller, so even when I'm on PC, I don't run into that problem. But you guys that are playing on keyboard and mouse, I'm not exactly sure how you would go about doing this. So maybe you guys can let us know in the comments down below. Now, another method that you can do to guarantee that you will get the vehicle every time you spin, this one is a bit more tedious. It's also essentially a way in which you can get really unlimited spins, and that is to simply close down your application or disconnect your internet if you are not satisfied with your result. So this is something we've talked about for ages now. It basically allows you to re-roll your spin to get whatever you want. So because the network code of Grand Theft Auto Online is so old, remember this game originally came out back in 2013, it kind of has some limitations with what your player does before what your player does is actually saved to the online cloud. So when your player spins the lucky wheel and you can see that it's going to land on something less ideal like clothing, chips, cash, or RP, even though you know it's going to land on that, if you quickly close your application or disconnect your internet and then load back into Grand Theft Auto Online, the game will think that you did not take a spin at all. And so because of that, you'll be able to go back on and spin again. And honestly, if you combine this method, which I don't even really consider it to be a method, you're just simply closing your application. If you combine this with the other methods that we talked about in this video, you're really going to have a lot of success, because even when you don't get the car 100% of the time using those methods, you'll get close and it'll allow you to just keep mastering those techniques. Now, over the last year, I've also seen a lot of interesting theories about the Lucky Wheel and how you can guarantee to get the car. And I haven't seen enough proof for these to work. One method that I've seen floated around is that you have to get kicked off of the Lucky Wheel twice and then proceed to do one of the following methods, and that'll guarantee that you get the car. So what Rockstar does so that one person doesn't just hog the Lucky Wheel is they'll eventually either kick you off or make you spin. Obviously, because someone would just sit there and troll everyone so that they couldn't spin. And that theory and rumor started to gather a lot of steam. I've tried that several times, didn't work. I've also seen rumors and reports that you're supposed to like walk around one specific side of the podium car, and that will actually guarantee that once you get to the Lucky Wheel, if you time it 100% perfectly, you'll get the car. I think any method that doesn't deal with you just simply spinning the wheel in a specific fashion is bogus. So I wouldn't try any of those methods. I would honestly stick with the 3 that we discussed in this video today. And of course, if there are any updated methods, or if Rockstar does any patches or fixes that prevent you from doing something like this, which Honestly, I think they're a little bit limited, just again, given the network code of GTA Online and how they've programmed in the Lucky Wheel. I think there's only so much they can do to prevent people from doing stuff like this. But like I said, I'll definitely be sure to keep you guys updated. But that is everything that I have got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Have any of these methods worked well for you? And have you been able to win the podium car? And some of the podium cars we've had recently have been very expensive. I mean, the one when I'm recording this video, it's one of the F1 cars, the Ocelot R88, which is like over $3 million. So that's the beauty of these methods, is they will save you millions and so much money. So again, you guys can let me know in the comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.